This is the IELTS mock test conducted on 24th of December 2024 at Tahiri's IELTS Test Center. The candidate is Ayad Marhoon with candidate number 24612. The interviewer is Mehdi Tahiri. My name is Mehdi Tahiri. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is IELTS Mahoon.
Good afternoon, Ayad. Now, in this first part of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you work or are you a student?
I currently work.
You currently work. What do you do?
I work for a charity here in the UK, and we do research into diaspora communities, so communities in the UK that are from other countries.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing this job?
I've been doing it now for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And what job do you prefer to have in the future?
In the future, I think I'd like to continue something along the same lines. So doing research into communities, doing research into different cultures and different backgrounds, but maybe just on a bigger scale. So now it's quite local, but doing it on a national or maybe even international level will be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy with the income?
Yeah, I'm comfortable at the moment with the income that I get.
All right. Let's talk about your daily routine. What would you like to change in your daily routine?
So I think in my daily routine, I'd like to start sleeping earlier. I usually always end up sleeping quite late because I procrastinate. I might be kind of on my phone or on my laptop, and then I always regret sleeping late in the morning when I have to get up for work. So having that in my routine, sleeping earlier, would be very useful.
Mm-hmm. Are all your days the same?
No, they're very different. So I actually work something called hybrid. So some days I work in the office, some days I work from home. So on days I work from home, it's a bit more relaxed. I'm able to, well, I start work at the same time, but I don't have to commute into the office, so I get to wake up a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Tell me
nice.
about your typical weekend.
Weekends are, uh, I think, a good time to just relax. On Saturday, I play a sport called wheelchair football. Um, and so that's every Saturday I have training. And then generally Sundays I just take it easy, have a lie in, I wake up quite late, just relax and just enjoy my time.
Mm-hmm. What is the balance of your work and free time in your normal day?
I think it's good because I enjoy what I do. It doesn't feel like I'm very kind of stressed about work, and so when I finish work, I can kind of switch off, and I don't have the stress hanging over me after I finish the day. Um, so the balance is actually quite nice. I enjoy what I do, and then afterwards I get to kind of spend my evenings doing what I want with the people that I like. So I'm quite happy
All right.
with
Thank you. Thank you. Um, so now I'm going to give you a topic. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and make notes if you wish. And then you have to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Do you understand?
yes.
Here's some paper and a pencil for you to make notes. And here is your topic. So, there we go. I'd like you to describe the time you flew the aircraft at airability.
Go.
Now
Um,
you can go.
so,
Yeah.
so it was a very beautiful day in July actually, in the middle of summer. It was very sunny and it was very warm, and I'd driven about an hour and a half to an area just outside a city called Birmingham. And there's a charity there called Airability who give the opportunity to people with disabilities, people in wheelchairs, for example, to fly fly aircrafts, the small aircrafts, just kind of the small four passenger aircrafts. Um, so they help you get into the plane. They have kind of the necessary equipment to get you into the plane. Um, and they don't actually tell you until you're in the plane that you're able to also fly it. So there'll be the pilot with you, but then there'll also be me in the passenger seat. And then all of a sudden, when you're in the air, the pilot says, "Okay, you can take control now." So it was an amazing experience. Like I said, it was nice and sunny, clear skies. You could see for miles, and it was just really insane that I had the opportunity to then take control of the aircraft and fly it. Um, so it was quite a weird experience because I remember when the pilot first told me to take control of the plane. Um, I was quite nervous because I had never done it before and didn't know what I was going to do. But it was fairly self-explanatory. When you're in the air, it's not too difficult to take control and to guide the plane. Um, and I think it gives you a lot of motivation and gives you kind of a good mindset, thinking that you're able to do something which you think you never thought you would be able to do. Since I became a wheelchair user a few years ago, I would never have expected to be able to get into a plane and fly it. Um, and then it happened, just kind of all of a sudden I was flying a plane and I'm a wheelchair user. Um, and so
All
I think
right.
for other,
Thank you. Thank you. Um, can you tell me how much it would cost wheelchairs users to have this experience?
so the nice thing is it's a charity that does it. So you can either get it for free or really cheap compared to what it would cost to get a normal flight experience. So I was very lucky. I was actually asked whether I wanted to have the flight experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't actually have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but if it wasn't under the charity of Airability, I know you'd have to pay to fly and pay to get a flying license.
All right. All right. Thank you. That's the end of part two. There we go. So, we talked about your experience with airability, and now I'd like to ask some more general questions related to this topic. Um, how has flying impacted your confidence and independence?
So it definitely has made me more confident. Um, like I said before, being able to take control of an aircraft when I thought I'd never be able to do something like that. And then kind of proving myself that I could do something like that when I thought I couldn't. It's a massive confidence booster, and it gives you confidence to try other things which typically typically I would assume I couldn't do, but if I give it a go, it might turn out that I can.
What
Uh,
kind of other things are you thinking of?
uh, well, I think so. For example, traveling in general. So it's very difficult to travel in a wheelchair. But I did it recently, and I went with my family, and it
Mm-hmm.
was very difficult, but it's still doable. And before I did it, I thought I'm probably never going to travel again. It's going to be very difficult for me to travel. But we did it. My family were like, let's give it a go. We gave it a go, and everything worked out fine. And
Mm-hmm.
so that again, like I said, it gives me the confidence now to go and travel again.
You have traveled to, I think, Iran, Iraq. Um,
Mm.
could you compare these two countries in terms of, the accessibility, the facilities that a wheelchair user would need?
Well, comparing them to the UK.
Comparing
So
them to the
comparing
UK. Yeah.
the UK is very different. It's actually a lot more accessible in the UK than it is in Iraq or Iran. Um, and I think that's because it's in law over here that things need to be accessible for people in wheelchairs. So for example, everywhere you go, there will be uh, ramps, there will be lifts, there will be kind of accessible bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Iraq and or Iran, like it's just you have to risk it. You go somewhere and you just hope that there will be a ramp. You hope that there will be a disabled toilet. You hope that you'll be able to walk on the pavement without obstructions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a lot more difficult getting around in a wheelchair in the Middle East than it is here in the UK.
All right. All right. Um, what skills did you learn through the flying experience that you had?
Well, the skills I think, like we said before, mostly the confidence, but then being able to apply the confidence in other aspects of my life. So it didn't just give me confidence to go and fly another plane. It gave me confidence in kind of my belief in myself. So in whatever I do now, I feel that I have more belief in myself doing it. So whether that's public speaking, whether that's presenting, that kind of stuff, I generally have more belief that I'm able to do it, um, rather than being like not confident to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. That's the end of the test. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you succeed in your IELTS exam.
Thank you very much.
All right.